Greetings. The issue of the two lights in Genesis is always a matter of great contention. Many argue, if the sun and moon are referenced in verse 16, and the sun is the source of light, what is the light referenced in verse 3? Good question. I ask for your consideration as I explain what the various lights in Genesis 1 actually mean. First, if we understood but one simple point about this part of Genesis, and other parts of the Bible too, I might add, we could eliminate 2,000 years of mental perplexity and debating. Brothers and sisters, all we need to know is that Genesis 1 is the allegorical expression of ideas or thoughts from universal, cosmic mind, which is the source mind. Now, take this plunge with me, if you will. Genesis 1, verses 3 through 5 reads, "And God said, 'Let there be light.' And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day." Verse 16 reads, "And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also." Now, again, verses 4 and 5 read, "And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day." Brothers and sisters, these verses simply express that as cosmic mind ideates about creation of the physical earth, those ideas may be intelligent or good, or they may be unintelligent or not so good. Therefore, the good ideas must be divided from the not so good ideas. We must understand that these themes regarding cosmic mind are to be applied to us as human beings. Whenever you attempt to build or create something, you are always going to develop good ideas and not so good ideas, or useful ideas and useless ideas. In your wisdom, you must divide them. The not so good ideas, or bad ideas if you will, represent a lack of intelligence, which is the darkness. The good ideas represent intelligence, which is the light. Again, this part of Genesis is not about the physical creation of the earth or the various bodies in the universe. It is about mental ideation that precedes physical creation. Mental ideation that precedes physical creation. Verse 16 mentions the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. As mentioned before, this is commonly interpreted as the sun and the moon. However, the moon is not an actual source of light. It simply reflects light from the sun. Yet, it is sensible to consider the moon as the lesser light. Let's consider a non-physical interpretation of this verse, though. The greater light is simply the perceptive or understanding aspect of mind. The lesser light is the will aspect of mind. Listen to me very carefully, brothers and sisters. Our will is considered the lesser light because it does not illuminate until the greater light, which is understanding, is established first. Let me express it in these terms. After observing the woman with her children for quite some time, I now understand that she needs financial help. With compassion for her, I will to assist her. Therefore, I manifest my will by giving her the $20 I have in my pocket. My understanding of her situation is the greater light, because it is established first. My will to a sister is the lesser light because it activates after the greater light, understanding, is established. To summarize, the light and darkness in verse 4 are simply an emphasis on the good ideas, light, and not so good ideas, darkness, that we have when we start to ideate, or in other words, when we start to generate thoughts about creating and building. Verse 16 simply emphasizes the relationship between two aspects of mind: perception or understanding, which is the greater light that rules the day, and the will, which is the lesser light that rules the night. Understanding brings us light, brothers and sisters. Understanding is light, brothers and sisters. Understanding is the aha moment, which we often see represented by a light bulb above one's head. Like the moon reflects the sun, our will reflects our understanding. Our will reflects our understanding. I used my will to help the woman, but only after I reached understanding of her financial situation. I trust I have been clear and concise, and that you have found my explanation informational, educational,